Learning Assessment Task 12. It's the final assessment task for Planning for Learning. It's Project 8 and it's called Investigating the Curriculum. So this particular assessment has to be completed on placement. It's usually completed on your final placement. And what will happen is your trainer and assessor will actually get the template that you need printed out for you so you can take it with you on placement to get it completed. The first thing that you have to keep in mind is that to complete this particular assessment, you need to have a chat with the director and with your supervisor just to make sure that the information that you're collecting and the samples that you might be collecting are appropriate. So for this particular task, you're actually required to talk to your supervisor about their programming. So to reflect on program and practice and the documentation. So we want to hear all about the programming that occurs for the centre that you're at. And it's a really good opportunity for you to learn how all of the little cogs move together at a service. So as it says here, before the commencement, you need to seek approval for this. So we'll go through both steps of the assessment. So there's a step A and there's a step B. So for step A, the first thing is about investigating and then writing a report on how the service currently programs and how they document. So their current programming process. To help you with that, we've given you a range of really good questions that you can ask. So you're going to set up an appointment with your supervisor. You're going to ask a range of questions using these questions here to find out exactly how that service programs. Once you've done that, you're probably going to go home and you're going to focus on writing a report. This is the template you'll need to fill out, and you're going to summarize how the service programs in this area. So that's where your report's going to go. And if you need more space, you can use more space. There's no problem with that at all. So once you've completed that part, then the second part is to have a look at actually how their program and their documentation and the evidence they have links to the national quality standards and the regulations. So ideally what we're saying is learn about their programming, but then investigate, well, how does that link to their requirements, their national quality standard requirements and their regulatory requirements. So then you're going to go back to your template and you're actually going to identify here how that process links to the quality standards and regulations. And you need to be specific. So I want to know which national quality standards it actually links to, which regulations they're following or they're linking to through their programming. So lots of detailed information in there. The other aspect of the assessment, if you go down to the documentation required, so what you're going to need to provide, it also says that you need to provide samples of program and documentation evidence. So it'd be really good if your service can actually provide you maybe some examples of their daily reflection or their programming cycles or some portfolio templates. Of course, we're going to maintain confidentiality, which means we won't be having any children's names. We won't be identifying any children with those samples. The samples could also just be templates that they use. It does say if you're not able to submit actual evidence, then you should describe the evidence. Now you can do that by adding it to the template, to the bottom of the template, or you can do it on another Word document. That's completely up to you. But there's the three things that you'd be submitting. So the evidence, the summary report, and the analysis. So B and C are on that template there. So once you've done that, if you have got it all written down, you can actually just manually hand it into your assessor. However, if you've gone home and had a really good reflective thought about it and done it on a Word document, then you can upload that file for your assessor to mark.